I'm your friendly neighborhood Endman64, and I'm bringing you the next episode of Pokemon Scarlet. In the last episode, we began our journey here in the Paldean region. We got ourselves our first Pokemon, Duck the Quaxley. You'll notice that there is something called Terra type under type. We do not have to worry about that for the time being. It will become important in a few episodes, but we don't have to worry about it now. I figure I'll give you guys a brief rundown of how stats work in this game and all of them shenanigans. As you can see, all of the three moves there that we have are basically moves that you can use in battle. The gray one with the little circle is a normal, and the blue type is the blue with the little water drop is obviously water type. In terms of stats, it's pretty straightforward. You have HP, which is the amount of HP you have. If that reaches 0, you're automatically knocked out of a match. Physical attack, which is how much damage your attacks will do physically. Physical defense is how much you can withstand. Special attack on the left side is how much your non-physical attacks will do, such as water gun or water pulse, hydro pump, stuff like that. Special defense is your ability to withstand that. And speed is how fast you will be able to move in battle, because as you would expect, this is a turn-based battling system. But since Quaxley is very hopefully inexperienced, we may as well just continue our journey on our own and figure out where the hell Nimona went. I feel bad that we do not give use of the little cat anymore, but you know what? That's totally fine. We can't win them all. Now, while you're out in the wild, you will occasionally see balls with flashing lights. These are items, obviously. You pick them up and you can have use for them. This is a potion. As you can tell, it'll heal 20 HP off of any Pokemon, either during battle or outside of battle. And you have another item here. An antidote, a spray medicine used for treating poisons. It automatically heals a single poisoned Pokemon at a time. There are other items you can use, such as berries, full heals, full restores, etc., etc. We will be introduced to those as we progress throughout the game. Oh god, she's introducing herself to my mom. This is not good. Oh, Mikey. I hear that Nimona here will be taking you to school. That's right, ma'am. Leave it to me. So you've already managed to make a friend. I'd call her an acquaintance, but sure. Whatever you say, Mom. And I read about all the wonderful teachers you'll have looking after you at the school. Plus, so many handy facilities you can use as much as you'd like. Add in your new friend Nimona, and it sounds like your school life is shaping up to be fantastic. You just want me out of the house, Mom. Just don't deny it. You want me out of the house. Now, you'll be staying in the school dorm, so I want you to promise me you'll eat proper meals. Here's a bit of spending money to start off with. I also packed a lunch for your first day. You obtained the sandwich from Mom. You put the sandwich from Mom in your bag's key items pocket. Cool. Sandwich. A dish made by sandwiching vegetables, meat, or other ingredients between two pieces of bread. Makes a fantastic meal when out on a picnic. Oh, and maybe you'd better take these too. You obtained 5 potions. Oh, cool. Makes all those potions we just found obsolete. Use them on that precious little partner of yours should it get hurt in battle. I know every day in your new life is going to be full of exciting experiences far from home, and you're just doing cartwheels, aren't you, Mom? Just try to savor them all. The good times and the hard times too. But if you ever want to come back home, you know your bed is always ready for you. Oh, alright then. You two had better be off, I suppose. Take care on the way to school. Like she's running to host a party. Your mother's so nice, Mikey. Yeah, sure she is. Sure she is. Oh, but I was going to teach you how to catch wild Pokemon. Come on, vamos. Holy crap, this girl runs fast. Lady, I literally just started, and I'm in this stupid goofy hat. This is a little crazy. Just a wee bit crazy. What a beautiful ocean. Oh, I want to go to the ocean. Look at that item that I can't get yet. That stinks. Oh well. But we do have a metric butt ton of Pokemon coming our way that I have to explain. So, may as well get used to it. Alright, this here is Poco Path. It's the path that leads to adventure for you and me. Out here, things are different than in town. You're going to see wild Pokemon out and about. They'll be on the path and in the grass and such. Get too close to one and you'll have to battle. But you've got Quaxley for that, right? And if you want to try to catch a Pokemon, you got to use a good old Pokeball. I've got tons. Have a few. And she gave me 5 Pokeballs. Thank you. Not gonna lie, Leon and Sword and Shield gave me 20. Cheapskate. Pokeball, a device for catching wild Pokemon. It's thrown like a ball at a Pokemon, comfortably encapsulating its target. Oink. Oh my god, it's a pig. Oinky oinky making bacon. Ooh, what luck. Time for some learning by doing. Try battling this Lechonk, Mikey. Oh, okay. You're not going to teach me anything? Alright, this is Lechonk. Okay, fine. Catching Pokemon. You can try to catch a wild Pokemon you are battling by pressing the X button and throwing a Pokeball. When you're having a hard time catching a Pokemon, try to deal damage to it before throwing another Pokeball. That should give you a better chance of success. Alright, let's see if we can do some damage to this thing. Lechonk is basically the normal Pokemon. Early game normal type Pokemon that you can come across. It's pretty decent, pretty bulky, all things considered. And it's definitely a Pokemon that I would say is good for at least the early game. Honestly though, I would say that there are probably better options for you, at least when it comes to normal Pokemon. But it is a meme to have a Lechonk on your team, so may as well catch it. It adds a thing into your Pokedex, and that's what matters. And yes, as you can see, you gain experience not only from battling, but from catching as well. This started in Pokemon X and Y. Good God, I have a lot to explain. Lechonk, it searches for food all day. It possesses a keen sense of smell, but doesn't use it for anything other than foraging. Let's give him a nickname. Why the hell not? We're gonna name it. You're gonna name you after another cartoon character. We're gonna name you Porky Pig. Yep, that's all, folks. Alright, and Nimona is automatically right here. Oh my lord. Hala! That was awesome. You caught the very first Pokemon you went for. I'm crummy when it comes to actually catching Pokemon. Maybe you should give me tips. Anyway, have some more Pokeballs just in case. Not every catch works out. Alright, that's better. Leon still gave me more though. You put the Pokeballs in your bag's Pokeballs pocket. Weaken the Pokemon, then throw the Pokeball. Remember that and you'll be fine. Now go battle those wild Pokemon and catch some of them. Let's meet back up at the lighthouse over there. You can see our school from the top. Alright, battling against wild Pokemon. The Pokemon you see wandering around in the tall grass, caves, and elsewhere are wild Pokemon. When you run into a wild Pokemon, a Pokemon battle will begin. You can also start a battle by looking toward a wild Pokemon and throwing one of your Pokeballs at it by using the ZR button. Try this tactic out to battle Pokemon that are up in trees or flying in the sky. So you don't have to wait for Pokemon to fall down. That's actually convenient. Thank you. Let's see. Let's pick up this item. Another potion. Thank you. We got a bunch of pigs here, which is fun. What's this little guy doing up here? Hanging in the, what's he doing hanging in the trees like that? This silly goose. This is Tarantula. Tarantula is actually an early game bug type. Not the one that you would think of, you know, one that is a Pokemon that goes into a cocoon and evolves into a beautiful butterfly, or in Dustox's case, a demonic moth. Or in Beedrill's case, you know, a demonic bee. But still, it is a decent early game bug type Pokemon. Honestly, when it fully evolves, it's, like I said, it's a bog standard early game bug type that I would honestly recommend to you only, and I do mean only, if you feel the need to have some Pokemon on your team. The ball of threads wrapped around its body is elastic enough to deflect the scythes of Scyther, this Pokemon's natural enemy. Scyther's just bullying everything, isn't he? Alright, let's name you something. What am I going to name you? Are there any Spider cartoon characters besides Spider-Man? Fine, we'll name you Peter Parker. I'm not going to be able to. Oh, wait. I might be able to. Moment of truth. Yes, I can! His Peter Parker! Perfect. How beautiful that is. And our first 4 Pokemon we've encountered are new. So let's change that by making one that's old. No, that's the pig. We don't need the pig. Donduck, we do not need the pig. The pig smells. I'm sure of it. So let's find another Pokemon. I wanted to get that Hoppip, but evidently Hoppip does not want to, you know, be caught right now. So we'll start looking for a Hoppip. But by God, is this area filled with pigs. Oh, there we go. We got a Hoppip. Ooh, and almost said a Rookity. That is not a Rookity. That is a Fletchling. Alright, but Hoppip, however, comes first. Hoppip is an early game grass-type Pokemon. Now, if you're thinking that this is going to be a perfect equivalent replacement for Sprigatito, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. Because this Pokemon has nothing to do with Sprigatito. It is all about defenses and speed. And sort of like, it's a normal it's a normal grass-type Pokemon that really deserves a lot more love, especially in earlier games, but considering there's, again, a large assortment of grass types in this game as well, but not nearly as many fire types. Ooh, we got a new move. Work Up. Ooh, good. It's good that a lot of Pokemon just randomly learn Work Up. Hoppip is grass and flying. It'll gain moves like Mega Drain, Leech Seed, Sleep Powder. It's pretty good early game Pokemon. A lot of the Pokemon here are good early game Pokemon, but there is only one that I know in this area, or 1 or 2 in this area that I know are definite game Pokemon you can use for the remainder of the game. I'm leaning towards not using them throughout the game, but as you can see, I'm definitely trying to catch as many Pokemon as I can. Let's see. This Pokemon is blown across vast distances by the wind. It is unclear where the Hoppip of Paldea originally came from. We're going to name you like the thing I name every Hoppip I catch. We're going to name him Skips. Skips McGee. We're just not going to have the McGee part. He just needs the Skips. Alright, now there are 2 more Pokemon you can catch around here that I'm 100% certain of. There might be another one that you can catch later on, but as of this moment, I know these are the ones that you can catch right away before you go down any of the other extra paths. Hi, Hoppip. I already caught you. I don't need another one. Actually, there are 2 Pokemon you can catch. There is another one that I forgot. I apologize. But you should know that I'm kind of stupid like that. Because, oh, there he goes. Try to get him. Slowly. There we go. That'll nail the little bastard. This is Scatterbug. If you were looking for the Caterpie of this game, that would be this one. Scatterbug is weird, though, in that instead of leveling up at the same times that Caterpie and Weedle and the Wurmple lines did, Scatterbug levels up later. It gains some more interesting moves, like having access to Stun Spore in its pupa, its cocoon form. But beyond that, it's really not the best Pokemon, all things considered, because it takes too long to reach its fully evolved form. However, when it does reach its fully evolved form, like Beautifly, Beedrill, and all those other early game bug type Pokemon, it becomes a really valuable team member. I wouldn't say it's the perfect bug type, because there are plenty of other bugs we will encounter later on in the game that I would say are better, but it's definitely up there. Any poison this Pokemon takes in is converted into a black powder and secreted. That's why Scatterbug can eat poisonous leaves and roots. Sure, let's give you a name. We're going to use you for a bit anyway. And you're a girl. So what am I going to name you? I'm going to name you Bugette. It's a pun, and it's a girl's name, and you're also a bug. So it works. Ho ho, you are the Bugette. Ho ho ho, ho 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 ho. Alright. So now with Scatterbug taken care of, there are, if I'm not mistaken, ooh, a Super Potion this early. As you can tell, Super Potions jumped up to 60 HP instead of 50. Sort of making sure you can actually spend money and get a little bit more bang for your buck there. They've changed a lot of the HP distributions, actually, now that I've noticed. Now, if you're worried about being able to access the Pokemon that you have, don't worry. There is a way to access Pokemon that you catch. As you can see, you now have full access to all of the boxes that you have in the PC just by activating it from your Pokedex. They'll tell you about it later in the game, but as you can see, you can basically just bring those Pokemon in and out as you please, and if there's a Pokemon you catch later on that you really want to add to your team, you can sub it in and out as you wish. No need to worry or fret about anything. And I want to get up there, but it doesn't look like we can get up there right now. Can we? I'm actually curious. We can, I think. Nope, we got an item, though. A rare candy. Wow, this early in the game. Rare candies are items that automatically raise your Pokemon's level by 1. I don't think we were supposed to get this at this point, but you know what? I'll take it, I guess. Oh, it's Scatterbug. Okay. I thought that was another Pokemon that we're not supposed to get right now, and I was about to go, what the hell is going on here? Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can talk to Nemona here, and yes, she will automatically heal all of our Pokemon. So now we don't have to worry about wasting all of our potions on healing Pokemon, only if we get lazy and don't want to walk further. Now, one thing you'll notice is we've encountered an early game bug, we've encountered an early game grass, and our early game normal. You'll notice we have not encountered one of our early game flyings yet. We saw one in the distance not too long ago, so it is in this general vicinity. However, I see it. Yes, it is. It's right there. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's see if we can catch it. This is Fletchling, the early game flying type Pokemon of this game. And it's at a really low level, so this is really going to suck if I kill it. I didn't. Good job. Good job, Don Duck. You are just strong enough not to kill this thing. Fletchling is more in line with the Starly line than any of the other normal type flyings that start off a game, in that it is an insanely good Pokemon. I don't ordinarily bring this up around it, but on normal early game flying types, but you know what? Fletchling deserves it. Fletchling was introduced in X and Y, and it will eventually become a flying fire type, instead of staying normal flying the rest of the game. But it is a Pokemon that I do recommend you hold on to early on if you cannot get access to the fire type you want early on. Or a flying type early on. So honestly, this little girl is going to be sticking with us for the duration of a lot of the LP until I get Pokemon that can permanently replace it. This Pokemon is normally calm, but once it enters battle, its hormonal balance changes and it becomes aggressive. Are you just saying that because my Fletchling's a girl? That's sexist. Whatever. We're gonna name you Robin. With a Y. Because why not? But Why Not is not in this game yet, unless it gets activated in the DLC. And that is generally all of the Pokemon we have access to at this point in the game. There is one other that we can get access to, but we're gonna have to wait a bit for it. Let's climb up the rock. Climb up the rock here. I can't climb up the rock here. Okay, run up. There we go. Guess we need to run. Ooh, a revive. Early on, revives are really useful, so we should hold on to them. There is one other Pokemon we can catch early on, but it's not guaranteed to show up. In fact, it took me a long time to get one to show up. Okay, I guess, yeah, we can't get up there. We have to be able to jump up there. And unfortunately, I'm a white kid, so I can't jump. LOL, what's wrong with me? Okay. I've noticed this is going to be a very slow-paced LP. We're going to make a little bit of progress here and there, but never anything too drastic. Now, the last Pokemon that we can find here doesn't always show up, but I'm kind of hoping that it does this time around, specifically because... Ooh, another revive. Specifically because it's a very fun Pokemon to talk about. Ooh, a Paralyze Heal. And this is basically what hidden items have become. Oh, hi, Hoppip. Anytime you see something sparkling in the grass or on the ground, it is a rare item, or a hidden item, or a dropped item. And in this case, it's a potion. And I'm not seeing it show... Oh, there it is. You showed up early. How thankful I am. Remember that little guy in the beginning of the LP? Yeah, this is him. This is Pawmi. And he might actually be able to beat me here, because he's at a pretty decent level. Pawmi is the early game equivalent of Pikachu. It's... But in comparison to Pikachu, it's actually really good. It's got some pretty great stats all around. It's mostly a physical sweeper. And when it fully evolves, it becomes an electric fighting type, which, unfortunately for me, means I probably won't be able to get much use out of it, since I already have a fighting type on my team. But hey, you never know. And it'll be the first Pokemon that we have to send to the computer, which is interesting. Skips learns Tail Whip. And it starts out as an electric type. That's just an adorable little Pika clone. But when it fully evolves, it becomes one of the best attackers in the game. At least in my opinion. At least Pokemon that you have access to early on. It has underdeveloped electric sacs on its cheeks. These sacs can produce electricity only if Pawmi rubs them furiously with the pads on its forepaws. Yup, we're gonna name you. We are gonna name you... Nope, that is an... I needed an A, thank you. We're gonna name you Balboa after Rocky. Now, you can either add it to your party right away, or you could send it to your box. I'm gonna add it. And, Porky, it's been fun to have you here, but I'm gonna send Porky to the computer. You can keep 6 Pokemon in your party at once. Any other Pokemon can be sent to your Pokemon boxes for safekeeping. From the main menu, you can select your boxes to open them up. From there, choose Pokemon to swap in and out of your current team. So you do not need to keep going to the Pokemon Center to gain access to those Pokemon. And just like that, we've acquired pretty much every Pokemon you can get on this first route. I was honestly shocked. I was expecting Pawmi not to show up there, but... hey, it showed up. And yeah, that is pretty much the first route of the game. It's bog standard. We can't go and get that item, and it's triggering me. I'm going to go heal my Pokemon with Nimona, assuming she's still there. If she's moved ahead, she's evil. Yep, she's still there. So I'm going to go heal my Pokemon, and we are going to progress from here in the next episode. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm your friendly neighborhood N-Man64. Join me next time when we do just that. Until we meet again, sayonara.